Adi Guru Shankaracharya, my Buddhist friend, was a Buddhist and he debated in favor of the Buddhists and not for Hindus. And this is the place amongst those trees where the debate took place, where Adi Guru debated for Buddhists. And this is the spot where the old house of the vicious Brahman stood, with whom Adi Guru Shankaracharya debated. And see this small stupa, it's called a pindi. This is dedicated to Adi Guru Shankaracharya. Folks, the villagers don't know that the famous Hindu and Buddhist debate between Adi Guru Shankaracharya and Mandan Mishra took place in this place, in Hudi, in Hadi. Hadi means aggressive, and how did I come to this conclusion? To understand this, please view this video to the end, because Zhang Zang has taken the name of Adi Guru Shankaracharya. Now that I have told you about the Bell Stupa where Ashoka caused debates to take place, inter-religious debates to take place, and when the Buddhists would win, the bell would ring so that the people of Patliputra knew that the Buddhists had won. So basically I've shown you the bell, and the people say that in ancient, the local people of that village says, Railli village, say that in ancient times debate used to take place here, Shastrarth. Anyway, now Zhang Zang goes on to say, north of that, north of the Bell Stupa is foundation of a house, foundation of a home, where a very poisonous Brahman used to live. That Brahman, he did terrific he was very good in debates, and he used to shout and yell. He lived in a room. He would lower the curtain, yell and close the curtain again. Lower the curtain, yell and close the curtain again. And there was no one who could win him in debates. So Zhang Zang says, now this is very, very important, folks. Zhang Zang says ki Alvaghosha. Now see, Alvaghosha and all, see this Zhang Zang's book, CUK Buddhist Records of the Western World, was translated in Calcutta or somewhere. That time the capital city of British India was Calcutta, not New Delhi. So you will find, a lot of Bengali type of names in the Buddhist story, like Alvaghosha and all these, So the Sudhata, Alvaghosha, etc. So basically, now, but we are lucky that Zhang Zang gives his, mispronounced word also. O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa. O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa. O-shi-adi. O-shi-adi. Kiu-pu. Kiu-pu. O-shi-adi. Po-kiu. Guru. Adi Guru Sha-pu-sa Shankaracharya. Sha-pu-sa Shankaracharya. O-shi-adi Po-kiu Guru Sha-pu-sa Shankaracharya. Adi Guru Shankaracharya wasn't a Hindu. He was a Buddhist who went and challenged the Brahman to a debate. And the story Zhang Zang says of the Brahman in a room, with a curtain. And Adi Guru Shankaracharya pulls down the curtain. This story of Zhang Zang tallies with the story of Adi Guru Shankaracharya, folks. So, Buddhist friends, my Buddhist friends, stop abusing Adi Guru Shankaracharya. Stop abusing Adi Guru Shankaracharya, because he was a Buddhist and he, debated for Buddhism. Understand? So folks, this story tallies with the debate that took place between Adi Guru Shankaracharya and Mandan Mishra. He was the poisonous Brahman. So folks, check out what Zhang Zang has to say. I will tell you what happened. You had both the Buddhist line of thought and the Hindu line of thought in India. There was no conversion to Hinduism or anything as such. In fact, the British created two words, Hinduism and Buddhism, which confused matters. What happened was, when the Muslim Islamic invasion took place, all these religious sutras, all these religious threads, they all came under one umbrella. They all came under one umbrella, which the British government of India gave the official stamp Hindu. So folks, that is where the Brahmins won. Understand? And Buddhists lost. It came under the stamp of Hindus. So what happens is, all the Buddhist characters, they become Hindu saints. Understand? That is what happened to Adi Guru Shankaracharya. But here is the proof, Zhang Zang. I am going to show you the video of the Zhang Zang's book, C.U. Buddhist Records of the Western World. That is final proof that Adi Guru Shankaracharya predated Zhang Zang and he was a Buddhist. So check out what Zhang Zang has to say. After that, I will show you where the temple is. It is a Bhairo Baba temple, where the temple is in the satellite pictures, and I will show you the actual temple itself. Now it's a new temple, it's a very small temple. I will show you the temple itself. See, now to the north of the stupa, built where the Ghanta was, sounded is an old foundation. This was the dwelling place of a Brahman that was inspired by demons. At the beginning, there was in this city a Brahmin who had constructed for himself a hut in a wild and desert spot far from the haunts of men. He sacrificed to demons seeking religious merit. By the assistance of such spiritual connection, he discoursed in a high tone and disputed with eagerness. The report of his elegant discourse resounded through the world. If any one came to propose a difficult question, he answered him after letting down a curtain. Now, letting down a curtain, this was the habit of Mandan Mishra, folks. This was the habit of Mandan Mishra, who had a solid debate with Adi Guru Shankaracharya. Now, he had after letting down a curtain, old men of learning and of high talent could not wrest from him his precedence. Officers and people were silenced in his presence. They looked on him as a saint. At this time lived Alvaghosha Bodhisattva. Now, who is Alvaghosha Bodhisattva? See, when this book, Zhang Zang's book was translated, it was translated in Calcutta. So, in 1850, there was no school or college in India. So, at the most, some Calcuttan Brahman helped these Britishers. That is why you get only Bengalis type of names, Alvaghosha. But this translator Samuel Beal, he gives the original Zhang Zang's mispronounced word, O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa. So at this time lived Alvaghosha O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa.
So the Bengali has translated O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa as Alvaghosha. Actually it is O-shi is Adi, Po-kiu is Guru, and Sha-pu-sa is Shankaracharya. O-shi Adi, Po-kiu Guru, Sha-pu-sa Shankaracharya, folks. So this, let's break up Zhang Zang's O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa. O-shi-po-kiu-sha-pu-sa. O-shi Adi, Po-kiu Guru, Sa-pu-sa Shankaracharya. Sa-pu-sa Shankaracharya, folks. Adi Guru Shankaracharya was a Buddhist. So this is Adi Guru Shankaracharya. His wisdom embraced all subjects, and in his career he had traversed the arguments of the three vehicles, little, great and middle vehicle. These are all Buddhist. He constantly spoke about the Brahman. Thus the Brahman is learned without a master. The Brahman is learned, but he doesn't have a master. He is skilful without examining the ancients. He lives apart in the gloomy deserts. and arrogates a great name. It is all done by the connivance of evil spirits and the assistance of occult power. So this is Adi Guru Shankaracharya. He squares up this Mandan Mishra. Alvaghosha, feeling in his heart the presence of the evil spirits, his feelings revolted, and he finished the discussion. But as he retired, he said, I have found him out and he shall be overthrown. Going straight, see, what happens is, forthwith he went to his cabin and addressed him thus, I have long felt respect for your illustrious qualities. Pray keep up your curtain while I venture to express my mind to you. But the Brahman, maintaining an air of proud indifference, he let down his curtain in order to reply, and to the end would not face his adversary. So Alvaghosha feeling, but he retired as he said, I have found him out and he shall be overthrown. So Adi Guru Shankara has squared the Brahman up. The Brahman would just lower his curtain, shout and close it again. The king hearing this, Ashoka hearing this, the request said with feeling, do you know your man? Do you understand this Mandan Mishra? He is very brainy. Unless well learned in the three Vidyas and in the 6 supernatural faculties, who can discuss with him? Giving permission, he himself ordered his chariot in order to be present during the discussion and to decide as to the victory. Then Alvaghosha, Adi Guru Shankaracharya, discoursed on the minute words of the 3 Pitakas and alluded to the great principles of the 5 Vidyas, and nicely divided the length and breadth of his argument with a high and various discourse. Then the Brahman, following in the argument, Alvaghosha said, you have lost the thread of the subject. You must follow my points consecutively. The Brahman then was silent and closed his mouth. The Brahman lost. Alvaghosha finding fault said, why do you not solve the difficulty? Call the spirits to your help to give you words as quickly as you can. And then he lifted up his curtain to see how he looked. So Adi Guru Shankaracharya lifted up Mandan Mishra's curtain to see how he looked. The Brahman, terrified, cried out, stop, stop. Alvaghosha, retiring, said, this doctor has finished his high renowned hollow fame lasts not long, as the saying is. So folks, let's see where this debate took place in Patliputra. So here is your Lemuabad, Ashoka's Buddha relic, Ashoka's own relic stupa. Now this is Railli, this is the Ghanta stupa, which Railli means to make a lot of noise. This is the Ghanta stupa where the debates took place. And where was this Brahman? Folks, to the north of the stupa built where the Ghanta was. To the north of the Ghanta stupa. So where is the north of the Ghanta? This is the Ghanta stupa. And to the north is Hudi Diara. Hudi Diara. Had means aggressive. Had means to go over the limit. Hudi Diara, folks. That is where this the debate between Mandan Mishra and Adi Guru Shankaracharya took place. Folks, Hudi Diara, Hudi means to go over the limit, because this Brahman, he was remember Zhang Zang writes, he was very poisonous. He would open his window, shout and close his window again. That is Hudi. Had means aggressive to cross the limits. Folks, this is where the debate took place. Now this has been submerged in Gangetic waters. It has become Dira. So they have moved the temple up here, Jagdamba Sthan, folks. They pray to the spirit. They pray to the spirit of Adi Guru Shankaracharya. He was a Buddhist, my friends. He was a Buddhist, and he debated in favor of Buddhists. So check out the photos of the temple and the place Jagdamba Sthan. Actually it's Hudi Diara, but this has been submerged in the Ganges, so this is the spot. Now it has come out of the water, because you can see the Ganges is over there, north of it. So you can visit the place where this debate took place, folks. So now my Buddhist friends, no more abusing Adi Guru Shankaracharya.
Okay, now my Buddhist friends, this is Hudi Diara. This is Hudi Diara. Hudi means extremely aggressive. Hudi means extremely aggressive. And now see, that area is the floodplain which has been taken up by the Ganges. So folks, that is where you see amongst those trees, this is now the monsoons, and you can see the flooding that has taken place, and you can see those trees. That is the place where the famous debate took place between Buddhists and Hindu, between Adi Guru Shankaracharya from the Buddhist side and Mandan Mishra from the from the Hindu side. See, Mandan Mishra, and see, this is the this house is most probably stood on the old house of Mandan Mishra, in which Mandan Mishra used to stay. And folks, look at the horrible road to this house. It is Jagdamba Sthan. Jagdamba Sthan means an ancestor, the soul of an ancestor. Jagdamba Sthan means the soul of an ancestor. So look at that horrible road to it. And here is the priest of Jagdamba Sthan. He is telling about a huge bell that used to be there. He is showing with his hands how huge that bell was. So folks, this is the priest of Jagdamba Sthan of Buddhist, where the great debate between Sri Adi Guru Shankaracharya from the Buddhist side and Mandan Mishra from the Hindu side. And the story which Zhang Zang narrates is ditto the story of the great debate between Mandan Mishra and Adi Guru Shankaracharya. So folks, this little stupa you see, this is most probably to Adi Guru Shankaracharya. so much debate over Adi Guru Shankaracharya and Mandan Mishra's that villagers have failed to identify with that story. And that story, of course, like all the other Buddhist stories, the Brahmins have sort of obliterated them so that people would concentrate more on the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So folks, this pindi over here, this small stupa, it's a pindi. It is most probably it represents Adi Guru Shankaracharya's soul, because he came all the way here to compete with Mandan Mishra, who was extremely aggressive. That's what Hudi means, the land which has been submerged in the Ganges. He was extremely aggressive, and Adi Guru Shankaracharya came. He calculated his foe, and then he went in for the kill. He went in for the debate, and he silenced Mandan Mishra. So folks, if you found this educative and if you liked it, please don't forget to follow, like and subscribe to this page or channel, and then don't forget to tell your friends and relatives about this video.